I am Jan Smith, and I'm reading from my book entitled Goose Crossing, and chapter 11 that talks about Henry. Morning came too early for 19-year-old Sarah, new to the Dakota Prairie. She'd been awakened in the sun's rays shining in on her through the softly curtained windows that faced east. She decided on a practical cotton dress. Shouldn't see any customers today. Nobody knows that I got my dress shop that my Aunt Sarah left for me. Puff sleeves. They're in fashion now, and I can even flex my muscles. Thoughts rambled through her head as she headed into the sun and walked briskly down the boardwalk. Lifting the fronting of her skirt as she opened the door leading up to the shop, she easily climbed those stairs. Once inside, Sarah wrinkled her nose. A closed-up smell she hadn't noticed yesterday greeted her today. "This will never do," she voiced to no one. "I hope I can get that window open." Leaving the door open as she walked across the room, she pushed hard on the windowsill and looked out the window. As she looked out the window, she saw a young man, nicely statured man, running in the direction of her door. Strange. I wonder what's wrong. She had little time to wonder. Button jars on the shelves, jarred by a person taking 2 steps at a time, greeted her. Nothing else would do, but Sarah took a hat pin from a pincushion and stood her ground by the window. Ma'am, gasped the same young man as he held out a pair of men's pants. His words came out in gasps. Ma said, but bring these to you, but Pa needs them right away. His other pants got a hole. Sarah stayed where she was. The young man was very muscular and seemed polite, but she didn't know she should trust him. "Ma? Pa? Who are you?" Sorry, I forgot you were just new. I've heard so much about you already. I'm Henry Hansen. My pa's the barber. Pa can't open his barber shop unless his pants are fixed. Today's the day the men come in from the Bonanza farms to have some fun and bank their money. Ma's got too much to do with all the young'uns, 9 of them. She thought you'd be willing to fix the pants, quick. Walking towards him, she used the hat pin to point to a chair by the door. "Sit, please. Let me see what's happened and how long it will take me." Sarah returned to the window seat, sat down, turned the pants inside out. In doing so, she found the crotch seam split from knee to knee. Placing the area needing to be sewn under the machine needle, she whirled the wheel to start the movement and began to pedal the machine. After clipping her threads, she turned the garment right side out, checked her sewing, folded the pants, and handed them back to Henry. "That should do." Digging in his pants pocket, he removed some silver coins. "How much do we owe ya?" "Nothing." "Nuttin'? You can't live on nuttin'." "I'm sure your Ma and Pa have done my Aunt Sarah many, many favors. This is my chance to repay. You better hurry home. I see customers in front of that barber shop." She turned her back to him, but he didn't leave. Miss Sarah, if I ask my Ma's permission, will you come to supper one night this week?" Using the hat pin she'd retrieved once again from the pincushion, she used it like a baton and waved it in front of her as she spoke to him. "Another time, maybe. I've just gotten here." Stepping forward to the man and pointing it directly at him, she said, "You need to hurry on." He descended the stairs much slower than he had come up. "She sure is pretty. Ma said she was 19 and I'm 20. I hope she'll come soon. I'm tired of those church girls chasing after me all the time." Seeing the men waiting at the shop door, he looked down the street and he yelled, "Pa'll be here shortly." Sarah heard him shut the door. At the base of the stairs, she still had her hat pin in her hand. She smiled to herself. Moore said hat pins were good weapons. I'll have to make sure I always have one in my hat when I'm out and about around here. Chapter 11, and Henry.